Hello, everybody, and welcome to Girl, Let's Agree to Disagree. I am your host, Jessica Milagros, and we are here with Busy Blue.
That's me.
Hello.
What's
This
up?
is
What's up?
Busy
What's up?
Blue. Hey, everybody. Everybody say hi in the chats. We are getting ready for the queen herself to come in. Before we bring her in, and she's also running just a tad bit behind. She's currently finishing another interview. Our queen stays booked and
Yes, booked and
busy.
busy.
Booked and busy. Hit that like, the notifications. We got hey, it's a full house here, y'all.
Hey, I was
Hey!
just talking about you.
We were wondering if
Period.
you were
Talking
gonna
about
get
me.
on. Well, all good things,
All good things.
obviously. Yeah, we got Tiffany in the back. But wait, before we bring her on, I'm just gonna let y'all know. Click like, subscribe, click to receive those notifications. Queen Tiff is here. We also have Derek. It's a full house. We have a triple today, y'all. It's Tiffany, it's Derek X after that, and then we got Kyland wrapping up the three. And then that's it. And then I get to celebrate my birthday. Yes. So yes. So if you want to see the other ones are on different links. But make sure you smash your notification bell so that you are aware of when those goes or when that comes on. Also, super chat's a great way to support us, to support the channel, to support your favorite players. And if you have a question that you want to ask Miss Tiffany, super chat's probably the best way for us to be able to see it. I added some moderators. I don't know if they're here. So moderators, do your thing if you do see it. Again, I don't think I have to say this, but it's a respectful show, y'all. So keep it, PC here. And Brayden, are you outside?
I am outside.
Are you outside of your hotel room? Are you still in LA?
Of course, I'm never leaving.
He was
Actively live here
also
now.
misted. He was also misted by Miss Tiffany. He was,
I was. She has the magic, she can get anyone to come to LA and simply live here. So
I thought
Aw.
I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna cancel my birthday, and while everybody goes to Vegas, I'm just gonna go to LA. That's what I'm gonna
pull
do.
up, girl. Pull up. We're ready. We've been waiting.
Yes,
Simply.
that's all that matters right now. Okay, y'all, we are ready to bring in Tiffany. Tiffany's already commenting in the private chat. Say, come through. She knows exactly what to say. I love this woman. Okay, y'all. It's a moment you've been waiting for, Miss Queen Tiff. This is her third time that we have her. Well, our third interview with her. Because that's what she deserves. But we're gonna get off the tea today. Miss Tiffany.
It's the queen herself.
Hi guys, what's up? First, happy birthday, Jessica.
Thank you, boo.
Period.
Thank you so much. I'm turning the big 4-0. So
It still feels like 25. Trust me. Actually, it feels like 22.
yes, that's exactly what I needed to hear. So, so welcome to the show
Thank
again.
you.
We're so happy to have you,
Thank you.
girl. And so
Thanks for having me.
No, thank you. Where are you? Where are you currently?
In the theater? No, you want to know like
I think that was the
well,
perfect
you want
answer to the question.
you want to know my business. You want to know my business.
Boo, I don't want to know your business. People are asking me for your business. As
okay.
a
Well, let me give the people what they want.
Yes,
then.
please.
So
Please give us what we want.
Hey, I am still residing at Todrick Hall's house. He has
Not
opened
residing.
his door.
Yes, like truly.
I love how she switched it. Not visiting, not that she's residing.
When's your lease
residing.
up? When is your lease up?
She's completing her residency.
Yes, I'm
Not
completing
the
my
residency.
residency.
Not the Vegas residency.
Yes, completing my residency at Todrick Hall's house. Yes, and My stay will be coming to an end a little, shortly, but I'm taking care of business while I'm
Mhm.
here. And my son is also on his way here. So,
Oh, yes, you got the
yeah,
whole family coming. I stand.
I invited my mom too. I was like, Mama Pat, you coming?
Yes. Wait, is Mama Pat coming?
No, she was like, girl, that's for y'all. I got to work. I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, I love it. I love it so much. First of all, let's give a shout out to Lynn Alex for the super chat. She said, shout out to the mastermind Tiff AFP.
Shout out, Lynn. Thank you.
Period.
Girl, I can only assume that you must be so overwhelmed. You've had quite this postseason is the gift that keeps on giving. First of all, thank you. All
Yes.
of this. How are you feeling? How are you dealing with all of this?
I think I'm taking it with a grain of salt. I'm fine. I am easily adaptable. It's cool. I'm not overwhelmed. I try to take little me time breaks and just get away from things. And then I jump into work. I am a workaholic. I'm used to working all the time. So having to have something to do makes me feel fulfilled. If I don't have anything to do, I almost feel like I'm not doing enough. So
Mhm.
it's perfectly fine for me to have something to do. I mean, if long as people love me, I'm having a good time. It's when it's the flip side of the coin. I'm like,
Well, wait, let's stop with for Jordan. Jordan, thank you for the super chat. He's been such a great supporter of these interviews. He's a great fan of yours, I know, because he's been posting. He's made our
A real one.
BB23 experience a lot better online. How do the fans, he's asking, how do fans make you feel? Hopefully we bring you as much entertainment as you brought us. Please tell us your
oh
experience with
my.
these fans.
I love the fans. I walked out to an overwhelming response that I was not even expecting at all. And I love the fans so much that I really do try to interact with them as much as I can. I try to interact with my fans on Twitter. I try to interact with my fans on Instagram because I know what it's like just to be. I walked into the house just as a regular person, as a fan watching the show. And so I've also tried to reach out and interact with people that I have admired and grew to love by watching them. And so I know how that feels to want to have that interaction. So I try as best as I can to interact with them. To answer the questions, how do the fans make me feel? Very, 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 very special. The fans make me feel so loved. It's just amazing to know that people relate to me, especially when you feel like who relates to me, and then you find out that there are a lot of people who relate to you. So they make me feel loved. They make me feel welcome. So thank you, Jordan, for all of your support. I appreciate it. I love you back.
Oh, thanks, Jordan.
I love that. There's so many people here that, like, seriously, he also said Tiff is now Tadrick's landlord.
That's what it seems like. I was asking when the lease was up, but it
Oh
seems
no
like
no no no
he
no!
has the lease.
Not the
You
least.
know that is you do know that's the running theme here. You're missed. Girl, tell us how you just ask and you shall receive. Is that what it?
I, you know, I don't have the answer specifically to that question. I think that I'm still playing Big Brother. So
That
seems
could
like.
be it. That could be it. That's definitely, you're still in that
I am. I'm
game
still
mindset.
playing the game. I'm like, so how do I win this HOH competition?
And now you're the head of the house.
Yeah,
Let
okay,
me
we
stay at
still
your house,
I'm still
Todrick.
creating alliances over here. I'm like, Todrick, Todrick, I don't care who comes through. Me and you, final two, all the way, no matter what.
You said, Karen, thank you, Karen, for your super chat. She says, Tiffany, we don't deserve you, queen. Thank you for your strength, the strength that you showed. Seeing such a powerful woman like you thrive was everything I wanted. I'm going to second that because, yo, you know me, I'm all about them powerful women, and you just like blew me away. And I think that during the season, a lot of it was, I mean, nobody's ever going to agree with you 100% on all of your game moves or the way you did a certain thing. I think us here at, Girl, Let's Agree to Disagree, even between all of us, a lot of us had different arguments about like how you you handled certain situations. And so I guess a question for me was, and we'll start this because I felt like I understood you. I don't know why. I think it's because my daughter's a Leo, my husband's a Leo. And so I understand this temperament. And so I know that at least on my end, they say things that are very direct, but they don't understand that what they do can hurt people. And this man over here, this man over here is a sensitive Pisces.
Yes,
not they don't understand. Not they don't understand.
They don't understand. Like, no, that's not how she meant it. I was like, that's not how she meant it.
She had your back, though, Tiff.
I was like, that's not how she meant it. She was just being direct. She's like, that's my people. I don't have to smush it, like to smooth it over with them, sugarcoat it. They know what I mean because those are my people. That's how I saw. And he's like, nah, that's not how
like her yelling at her like that. She should have said it nicer.
That's the Pisces. That's the Pisces. First, I want to tell Karen, thank you so much. Listen, I don't know if I deserve all the love you guys are giving me. So, thank you so much for admiring that part of me and the strength in me. Sometimes I felt that I needed to reduce my strength level, because sometimes when you're strong, people don't think to coddle you, or they're not soft with you. And, they think that you're okay and you've got it. And I always have to tell people, like, I see you guys taking care of these women and taking care of these women. Like, nobody thinks to take care of me. And they're always like, well, you're okay. And it's like, I am always okay because I'm going to be okay, but it's nothing wrong with someone making sure that I'm okay too. I am a Leo. I do have such a strong personality. I knew going into the house I was going to need to tone it down a little bit, but sometimes when I am ready to do something or something needs to be done, I am very take charge with that. And sometimes I am so focused on something that I can't stop until it's done. And I don't mean to hurt anyone's feelings. I don't mean to not be considerate of how people feel. Sometimes I need to express my point and it just comes out. And then I'm like, okay, but I did say that, but I didn't mean it in that way. But do you understand though?
And this is why Tiffany doesn't even have to explain that to me. And I understood. And I think that half of, America understood that. And
I was a small part. Do you think that played a role into because I will say I was one of the ones who was like, but she yelling at everybody in the final six. This is not going to bode well for her when she get down to the six, because she's yelling at all the people in the final six. You think that played a role into your game?
It did play a role, and some of that was strategy, some of it was game, and some of it was honestly just my personality. You got to consider the fact that I am the oldest. I may blend in with the house guests, but I have a lot more experience. I am a mother of a teenager. I run my own business. I am used to taking charge and being very direct. Now, that doesn't mean that I wanted to mother anybody in the house. I was very adamant on, do not call me Mama Nothing. My name is Tiffany or Tippy Toes. So I'm not trying to be your mama, and I don't want you to view me as such. But it's just naturally in me to take on a motherly role or to direct or lead. And so, I had to make sure that I did have to be overly conscious of the fact that these are not my employees, my staff, my children, my family members, but there were times where we did feel like so much of family, and where sometimes my motherly instinct did take charge. And I'm like, hey, I don't know what y'all are talking about, and I don't know what you're thinking, but that is not the way it's gonna go. And then I had to realize, like, oh, they don't like that about you, Tiff. They don't like that part. That part scared them.
That part. Big shout out to Jamie B. He's a long supporter of the show. He said, "Oh my God, Queen Tiffany, love you. You made Michigan so proud." 313 and the 517 hashtag Master Plan Queen Tiff.
Yes. Shout out Jamie. Yes. Love Michigan. Thank you.
And Nick Grass says, Tiffany, the mastermind. The audience loves seeing you comfort Sarah Beth during the jury home videos. Did you make connections with people in jury the way you thought you were going to? Are they stronger? Like how was your jury? experience?
Jury was very unexpected for me. I, especially showing up, but the connections that I made, I was looking forward to going to jury once I realized I was being evicted because I wanted to see DX and I wanted to see Claire and I wanted to, I wanted to reconnect, but I wasn't expecting the bonds to be as strong as they were leaving jury. Me and Sarah Beth, yes, that's my girl. I love SB. We got to reconnect and bond in a way that we did not in the house. I actually really respected SB in the house and I respected her gameplay. She is a fellow Leo. So I knew that once she figured out what I was doing and how I was maneuvering, when I saw her go after Hannah, I was like, oh, Hannah's name could easily be switched with Tiffany. And then she could get me out because people did view me as a threat and they would start to view me as a threat. So and she was so strong and separated from me as far as me being able to manipulate her in any kind of way, that for me, that was a threat to my game. So it was never personal. So when I got to the jury house, I needed to let her know that I apologize if I made you feel uncomfortable. If you felt that I didn't like you, the reason I targeted you was because you were really a threat to my game as far as me not being as close to you as I was to everyone else. And you're a Leo, and I know what Leos have the power to do. But we did connect, and I have a lot of respect and love for SB. Like, there's nothing she could do and nothing anyone could say to make me not have this love for her. She's a dope individual, and I knew that.
Was it a surprise to see that she came out being kind of the season's villainess?
Look, no, because I tried to tell y'all when I was in the house that SB had some fire up under her. I knew underneath all that sweetness, there was a whole nother side. I told y'all there was a fire under SB, but everybody said, no, you're just being hard. SB got some villain in her. I know she just is a little better at reducing it than I am.
She had a good she could play that part. That's what if you have a part on Big Brother that you can play, Sarah Beth being the one that could play the small, innocent, very, chill girl, even though we knew that she wasn't. She was just playing that part.
I knew that she wasn't.
Ooh, she said it.
We want to thank Jolene Lunzer. Jolene, I don't know if you know
My
Jolene
bestie.
Tiffany. That's Busy's bestie. She also is a comedian and she recaps Big Brother. She was a big fan of yours.
Hi, Jolene.
Who isn't?
Yes,
Who isn't?
and I know, right? She says, "Love you, Tiffany. Any interest in doing the challenge? We need you on our TV screen again soon. The challenge." The challenge.
I don't know. Listen, y'all don't realize I'm not really 22. I was lying.
Lies.
You're kidding.
I am not. Leave me alone, Blue. I don't know.
They're in the challenge for a long time, though. People are like, isn't Johnny Bananas like 50 something? How old is Bananas? You could go on the challenge. You could be there for years.
Don't be trying to compare me to these men. Can I do something that's like? Can I do something that's like a little less challenging, maybe?
Like what show?
Not less challenging on the challenge.
I don't know. I was thinking about maybe Amazing Race. I don't know, something.
But you would go back on. You would play another TV show that isn't Big Brother?
I think I would. I definitely would. I think I would. I would love that.
Who would you go on The Amazing Race with? I would love to see it.
Come on, Bray.
I'll be there. Me and Tiffany.
Yes!
Tiffany has a gift for just making everybody feel special. Like she just told Bray, and that didn't even insult me one bit. I was just like, and then we know that Hannah's waiting too.
Jealous.
We know Hannah's over here waiting too, and DX is probably waiting too.
Hey, listen. I gotta get somebody. Now, I would take DX, but he's so sweet. I would make him do everything. I'd be like, DX, you gotta do this. DX, you gotta do this. He might leave me. He's like, I'm tired of you pushing me around. We are not on Big Brother anymore.
Tiffany's still out here creating duos with everyone.
Speaking of duos, how did you know? Because you guys didn't meet for a long time. So how did you become confident that the duos aspect, the master plan would work? Because y'all haven't really met. So you really had to have faith that they would all take their duo and go with the plan, even though y'all haven't really solidified and sat down and met and become a true alliance yet.
Well, we were already working in teams. So teams were already kind of put together. People were targeting Christian and Alyssa because they were a duo. And then Claire and I were being looked at because we were a duo. And I noticed that Kyland was getting close with SB. And I was like, well, let me just see if everybody can have a duo. And so instead of making this a bad thing where people are targeting a duo, if everybody becomes a duo, then none of us are the target.
Okay. Because it found it very hard when it got down to sit down next to those people now, especially Brittany.
Listen, I never sit down next to Claire. I was like, this is my idea, but I ain't never trying to go on the block.
He's like, not me. I can't like the plan. Why do I gotta do it?
I was like, so, and if Claire has to go up, then I go up next to Claire. Then they was like, we're going to put you and Claire up. I was like, shh, no, you're not. I'm going to win this HOH. I don't care what y'all.
But I said it, y'all. I told y'all. I said, I know she not going to sit next to her, which did make it a little bittersweet as someone who was like, see, this is what she get for being me.
Y'all was happy. I know y'all was happy.
I was not happy. I was like, oh, wait, we're talking about what?
I do it.
About you winning HOH. I was happy about you winning HOH. Yes. Yeah. I was not happy about how people were upset at you taking a little bit more control.
Oh, Jess, the energy, Jessica, you've been in that house. You could feel the tension. You could feel the energy in the house. I just could feel the celebration going on in another room, whether it was visibly or not. I felt their energy. I'm like, they are jumping up and down in their skin that Alyssa has won this veto. I was like,
I know. I think you did say it. I think you said it to Chada. You did tell her like, oh, and I know they probably happy about it.
I know they're happy.
And I said, she right.
Let's get through. I know. Oh my gosh, there's so many people that wanna give you this shout out. Thank you, Christian, for your super chat. He says, shout out to my TV mother, the queen, Tiffany. We don't deserve you. Mango, thank you for the super chat. Tiff, love you, girl. Especially how you seem to have some sort of psychic intuition. You asked X about wanting to save Alyssa as if you watched the feeds. What?
Hey, I know people. I'm telling you, I know people.
Are you saying that you were cool with production, or are you just saying that you?
No, I
not
know
Tiffany up in the control room.
People. No, I was never in the control room. Production never told me anything, but I could just tell. People will do anything in that house, and that I always had to weigh my options and think about what moves people might try to make. Why would I not think that X would consider trying to save Alyssa to get back at me for winning that the HOH? So psychic or intuitive or just knowing human nature. I just know human nature, and I just figured that was an option for him.
Yeah. How much? Let's talk a little bit about that. Like, how much of this was did you feel any of this was personal while you were playing the game?
Absolutely. I knew it was personal. That's why I was mad when I was leaving, because everyone accused me of being selfish or playing my own personal game or putting my interests first. I am not the only person to have done that. I was not the first person to have done that. Everyone considered their own personal game. Every move that people made had part of their own personal game in it. And I took a lot of risks for everybody, and I took a lot of heat for a lot of things. Even when Christian went to go tell Brittany that I wanted to talk to him, that was Xavier that sent Christian downstairs to get Brittany. But I took the heat from Big D and Azza for wanting to have a conversation with Brittany, and I never even told that was X. That was X that wanted to keep Christian. And so because he wanted to keep Christian, I like Christian, I was like, okay, let's try to see if we could get the votes. But I was the one who was accused of trying to flip the house, even though I wasn't alone in it. But I never told on X. So of course it was personal, and I was highly upset about it, the fact that I went on the block, because I knew that I was going home over personal reasons. But then at some point I just got over it, and I was like, you know what, it's a game, it's whatever, somebody's got to go, and it's gonna be me.
You're strong. I would never.
This is a strong. See, this is the thing, is that I feel Big Brother fans, people, especially casuals, are just so not used to strong women in the house, and especially strong Black women,
Mm-hmm.
strong women of color in general. It's just so uncommon, because now you have these women that come into this house and they play a chill game because they don't want to be perceived that way. But you said, that's it. This is me. You're going to love it or you're not going to love it. I personally don't give two shits. Like this, and
I was trying.
So
Jessica, I came in the door day one like this. Hi.
You were. I loved it too. And we thought, and the thing was, is that I saw the difference, and we had this conversation in one of our recaps. The conversations that you would have with people outside the cookout had a very different tone than the ones with the cookout. So you could tell. The game. Yes, exactly. You could tell that you were being nice, sweet Tiffany. I'm your bestie. I'm gonna do this, raising your hair, doing all this stuff. Couldn't hurt a fly. You talk to the six. The six, it's like, this is what's gonna happen. This, you could do this, and this, and you ran show. So it was kind of, do you regret not also playing the game with your six?
Not a regret, but I do see that I could have handled some situations differently. I just honestly don't know if I would have been able to. I was authentically me. That's just who I am. And in the times where you guys saw me make a conscious effort to watch my tone, I was still being me in the moment. It was like going to work. It's like when you're at work, you have to conduct yourself in this way. But I felt a little more comfortable with the members in the cookout, like I was at home. And I probably should have tried to maintain an equal balance with them, as this is work too. But I don't know that I would have been able to do that. I had to talk to them like that. They were not.
They were not. Let me move this, because I'm going to ask you for Jolie.
My heart was melted just a little bit. I was like, okay, that's what I was waiting for. I just need to hear that. They should look. I tried, girl.
Sometimes that's just how you have to talk to them. Sometimes, it doesn't get through. Thank you, Tracy, for both of the super stickers. We appreciate you. Going back to Jolene's question, though, Tiffany, how much have you seen outside so far? You haven't seen anything?
No, I have seen like a few episodes. I'm only at the part where I think DX wins the wall comp. So Derek's not said a thing about me yet. I still have not seen or heard the things that Derek has said about me. Are you going to be friends with Big D outside of this house? I will say this. I will always be a family with the cookout. We are a family. And there's a lot of love that I have for everyone. I wish nothing but success and happiness for everyone, growth. I want all of us to excel and to use whatever we have attained in that season to propel our futures forward in whatever capacity we desire. I do not have to be friends with anyone, but there is a lot of love, and I wish everyone the best. Me and Big D, I think, are just two totally different individuals, as I told him in that storage room, and I meant what I said. We are not the same, and there's nothing wrong with that. He conducts himself a little differently than me. And here's the thing. I don't think that he would be comfortable saying the things that he said about me to my face, as I would not be comfortable with him saying them to my face. And so there is where I have to decide that that's the determining factor of if we can be friends or not, because I am a person who will not only just say things behind your back, but I will say them directly to you, because I don't have any shame in what I have to say. If I said it about you, I can say it to you. And if he's not comfortable addressing me that way, then we are not friends. So I don't know that I can use the term friends with Big D, but he's family to me, and I still love him regardless. It doesn't mean that I like or dislike him any or all of the time. It just is what it is.
Yeah, it's a tough thing. I think that also those that haven't like played the game don't understand just it's that the experience that you go through is really there's not many people that experience
it's a bonding
very bonding
experience.
experience.
And I can't say that, and Jessica and Brandon, you fully understand this. In the house, there is nowhere for you to escape. In the real world, I can pick up my phone, I can cuss, I can go in my room, I can go by myself, I can yell in the car, I can walk down the street yelling and screaming, and nobody even knows what's wrong with me or what I've said. In the house, there is no privacy. You don't have anywhere to vent, and people vent differently. And whatever he said, and I don't know what he said, but that's his way of venting. And I'm not upset with him for venting. He's got to vent. I know people don't like the things he said. I know if I was sitting at home as a fan and I'm watching someone that I like and respect on TV, I'm not going to want to hear them say that and talk that way about people. And if I was watching with my son and my son probably has seen these things, I've got to explain to him why I am not so upset. And it's not that I'm not upset. It's just that I always consider the source. I don't expect much from Big D. So if it was from Azza or it was from Chada, I might look at it a little differently because I hold them at a higher regard, but I know his character and that's how he operates. So I don't expect anything more. But it doesn't mean I respect it either. And it doesn't mean that I deserve it either. So I would say to my son, who is 14, and I don't even have to say this, that's not how you communicate. This is not the way that you treat a woman. That no one even should talk to you this way, because I don't play that. There respect I hold at a high regard. So those are things I would say to my son, and I would expect him to know how to treat people. My niece the same way. No one could ever talk to her like that, but I am different when it comes to me. You can't hurt me. I've been through enough. I could have died so many times and nothing has killed me yet. So I'm not worried about the words that Big D has to say about me that he can't say to my face. I'm not worried about that. Now, if he was treating someone who I love in that way, I would probably handle it differently. I am more concerned when my friends or my loved ones are being affected. Not a lot affects me, so I don't really care about the things he said, but I don't want any young woman or my son or any young man to think that this is the way you conduct yourself. You have to find a better way to express yourself if there's a point that you're trying to get across, because you never know who your audience is, and his audience happened to be America.
I can't, yeah.
Very well said. Very well spoken.
I can't even add on to that. You said she left us speechless. What else is new? What else is new? Because I mean, the thing is like, had you had an insanely great relationship with him, then I'm sure that this news would have been even more devastating, more heartbreaking, more. But given that you were always at odds with each other inside the house, I'm sure that even hearing, whether you saw it or not, hearing about it may not necessarily surprise you. Yeah,
it doesn't. Consider the source.
Of course.
What do you
think? Like when you go into that house, like I think that everyone is obviously talking about you. Yeah. So it's never like a shock when you're like, oh, they were talking shit about me. Wow. Who would have thought,
Who would have thought?
You're very much
you don't
expecting
say.
it,
Yeah, I completely understand that. Thank you, Amy Sue, for the super chat. She says, Tiffany, I love seeing a strong woman dominate the season. Do you still think Kyland is the smartest idiot? We're asking all the tough questions.
Yes.
First of all, we're gonna have Kyland on. He's the last of the interviews, so we'll get to talk to him a little bit.
I'm excited.
I know that he's there with y'all.
Okay, so that was one of those vulnerable moments. I was in the DR and they just really caught me off of my PR when I was like, I was mad. I was mad at Kyland, the smartest idiot. I'm sorry, Kai. Kyland is very intelligent, he is very smart. I will not call him an idiot. I take that back. I've got to walk myself back out of that statement. I was just upset. But was it a smart move for him? And was it the best move for him to get rid of me? No.
I'm sure. Were you able to kind of rub that in his face a little bit these past 2 weeks?
I think I rub it in every day.
along with the rest of Twitter and everybody else.
Yeah. It's like, it doesn't even matter what's going on. He's like, you think I should have a Coke or a Pepsi? I'm like, you could have had both if you would have kept me in the house, but no, you had to get me out.
I love it.
Should I have a margarita or a martini? What difference does it make? It's just like when you put me and Chada on the block. Bada boom, bada bing. It's 6 and 5.
I love it.
He's never, oh, poor thing. He's never gonna hear the end of it. He's been a little bit of a good sport, though, I feel like.
He has. I feel like I get on his entire nerve. So, but if he just would have never kicked me out at 6, we might be better friends, you know?
Maybe.
I wouldn't have anything to say, right?
That's true. I mean, I feel like you all this season have been so great at taking a lot of somewhat could have been negatives and turned them into very laughable, memeable, like making fun of yourselves.
That's just how I am, though, Jess. I take everything, things that have been made to be negatives. If I told you the story of my life, you would probably be like, how are you just so happy and optimistic and positive all the time? But you have to know that everything happens for a reason, and things may not always go the way we want them to go, but they go the way they are supposed to go. And you have to find the positive side of that. And you have to find that and acknowledge and accept that there is a reason behind this. So had I not gone out at 6, I probably wouldn't even be America's favorite player. And I am honored to be America's favorite player. I think America felt like I needed to be vindicated, and I'm glad. So I actually thank Kyland, but he definitely owed me $700,000.
He got you, girl. Don't worry about it. You got it.
We're gonna ask a little bit of the tougher questions because we know you tough.
And you got some tough questions. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if they're tough questions. You know, people pay to ask these questions, so I feel like they're not too bad. Okay, so Muggerfugger, thanks for their super chat, says, what was Tiffany's beef with Sarah Beth? It seemed random. First of all, Muggerfugger, please let us know if you are a casual or if you are a live feeder, because I understood, but go ahead. I understood that.
So there was no real beef. Like, I did not have a personal issue with her. There were a couple of things. SB played a very low key game. She was so quiet. We had an alliance, me, her, and Claire, called Jackpot. And so I didn't really see anyone bringing SB in and talking game with her. And I was like, Claire, we need to get her. I think she's smart. I like the games that she's playing. We need to get her in. If she's not talking to anybody, she needs to be talking to us. And so we did that early on, but then she never really continued to speak game with us. And so her and Kyland developed this really close relationship. Then I found out that from Kyland that she told him about the Jackpot Alliance. And I was like, oh, okay. So she's comfortable with him to tell him about our alliance, but she's never told us about the one she has with him. So I knew at that point she was closer to him. And she always bonded with Kai, and Kai and I had also had a final 2. So I did not really trust either one of them together, but I knew that he could not go because he was in the cookout. So one of them had to go. So I had to target her. Plus, she started targeting Hannah in week 4. And Hannah, by week 4, me and Hannah had already had a final 2 as well. And so I definitely did not want Hannah to go. And I got to see a different side of SB's personality, one that I did not want to start to point a target at me. So she was one who, out of everybody else, I felt like I could not control her HOH. I could not control the moves that she would make. That was a threat to my game. I had a very close relationship with everyone in the house where I would probably know their moves or I could influence them. I didn't feel like I had that influence on her. So it's a game. That was my job, to get out my target. She was the greatest target for me, for the women, because I pretty much had great relationships with everybody else, even Alyssa. Like, if Alyssa was listening to me when it came time for her to go out there and play in the veto when Brittany was on the block for the Annihilator thing that Whitney won, that Brittany won. So she was even considering what I was saying about should she use the veto or not. Sarah Beth was the only one I wasn't closest to. So that was my reason for targeting her and wanting her out. And I did not know her thoughts. She was way too quiet for me. I need to know exactly what you're thinking in this house. You ain't telling me, it's a problem.
Speaking of, okay, so one of the weeks that I was like, nah, she got some explaining to do. Okay, when Christian was leaving and you were telling the cookout, y'all need to let him know that y'all not voting for him to stay, or I'm going to tell him myself, because I don't like y'all decided to lie to him. And he's thinking that I'm the, I don't like you guys telling him or giving him hope when he's now looking at me as a
It wasn't that I
vote.
didn't like them giving him hope. I didn't care about that. Here's the thing.
Read me.
No, it's not. I just want to.
I want you to read him.
I just want to clarify. I want to clarify some things. The only votes that Christian had to stay in the house were Xavier and Alyssa, and they wanted and expected a vote from me and Claire. That would have made 4 votes. He needed 5, and so when you're in that situation, you do only want to vote with the house, which the house, and because the person who was going to stay was SB. Well, before they had even counted their votes, and as soon as Christian was nominated, they went to Brittany and said, before they even went to Brittany, Big D went up to Christian and says, "You have my vote." Okay, he counted that vote. He knew he had X and Alyssa, so now he's got 3. He counted Brittany. Brittany said, they cornered Brittany. Brittany said, "You have my vote." So then he had 4. He needed 1 more. So he kept coming to me and Claire saying, "I just need 1 more vote. You guys are you." And I was like, well, I can't. And I knew that he did not have the Joker's votes, but because they're telling him he has their vote, they're pressuring me for my vote. And what I was saying was, listen, you're pressuring me for my vote, Christian. I can't tell you yes or no, because I do not believe that you have the votes to stay. And Christian was very adamantly telling me, I know Brittany is going to vote for me. You don't understand. She is going to vote for me. And I'm like this, well, I don't think that she is. And so he was making me the determining and the deciding factor, me or Claire. Not to mention that we did have a final 4 with Claire, with me, Claire, Alyssa, and Christian. So of course they're expecting our vote. But if you don't have that 1 more vote, it doesn't matter that we have a final 4. You do not have the votes to stay. So because he was asking me every day, and Brittany was coming to me crying about what is she going to do? She told him she was going to vote for him, but she's not. All I was saying is, and it was very maternal, but I talk, my maternal voice is a little different than what people are used to. Only thing I was saying to Brittany is this: if you don't want to vote for him, you can pull that yes back. You can say, hey, I was cornered when you guys asked me to vote for you, and I said yes. But now that I think about it, I don't know if I can give you that yes, because at that point it had been days and they're still talking about the same thing. And I am tired of hearing that I am the determining factor, because I'm not. So if he comes up to me again and says I'm the determining factor, I am going to let him know you do not have the votes to stay. I do not believe the Jokers are going to vote for you. I do not believe you have not 1 of their votes. Whether me and Claire vote for you or not, you do not have the votes to stay. And that is what I was saying. And I don't back down from that. And I don't regret what I said. And I said it how I said it, because that was it.
Yeah.
Girl, I was still mad.
I know.
I'm so mad.
And Big D was too. But
Yes.
I was never upset with Brittany. I was never upset with Azah. I was not really feeling Azah in that moment, because she was not trying to hear anything I was saying. But that's because it was coming from their side and they weren't trying to consider my angle, but I was trying to consider their angle, which was why I had enough respect to say to them, if you don't say something, I am going to say something, because I just could have not told them that. And when they came to me to approach me, I just could have told them, you don't have their vote.
That's true. That's very true. I mean, people play very differently, and especially when you're working with someone who's not really working with you in that sense. I feel like that actually you haven't watched that episode yet.
I'm sure it was edited all over the place, but
girl, it looked real mean.
But that's the episode. Like, oh. But that's what trickled. I think that was what trickled everything, especially with the editing of those episodes, was that conversation, the following of DF, like following you into the HOH room when you wanted to talk to Brittany, the fight in the storage room, all of that, and then the big explosive bitch comment, and it was not the, hey bitch, you're my bitch, this is it. It was I told Busy. I was like,
Yeah.
he ain't even calling me a bitch, and I feel like he called me out. Like I feel
Yeah.
like he called me a bitch. I was like, I was so offended for her that I felt like I was being called the bitch. Like that's how passionate it was, and you know, of course we won't stand on that because you haven't seen enough. That those are all conversations that that happened, but yeah.
She said, look, I said it, and this is why I said it, and I said I don't take it back, and it makes sense.
And she said it exactly in the tone that she said it in the thing. Like it, this is her tone of voice. This is how she talks when she's passionate.
I'm passionate. I'm passionate. My voice is heavy. It's a little raspy. I don't have that little sweet voice, and I told them maybe if I had a little sweet voice and I could talk like this, people would understand me too, and I would be less threatening. But my voice doesn't sound like that.
Yeah. Sorry. Trust me, I get it.
Not so many.
Yeah, I just want to say this isn't a read on anybody, but it's just fact. Like, I'm not even going to say facts, but you know what I mean. It's true. Some people can get away with saying certain things just because of the tone of their voice, and unfortunately, when you are a strong, independent woman who is also a mother, who is also a boss, that these things come out, you know, and people interpret them in all different types.
People don't want you to speak with conviction in your voice. They want you to be very unsure of what you're saying. They want you to ask for permission for your thoughts and to speak. And I am very convicted in my opinions. I'm very strong in them. And when I speak that way, that means I probably have my mind made up.
Yeah. We'll keep going. Jolene is just like your biggest fan right now. She says, Tiffany has an open invitation to perform stand-up at my monthly show at the Hollywood Improv. We always need more fun women in comedy. Have you thought about stand-up? Have you ever thought about maybe?
Oh my God. So in the house, that was the first, listen, honestly, Big D honestly said to me in the house, you need to do stand-up. And I'm like, I don't even have a clue. I'm not even funny to me. Like, I just am telling a story. Like, I don't even know where to start with that. But I love to laugh, and I love to make other people laugh. I have no idea what to start. That would be so embarrassing for me if I just got up there and everybody just looked at me like, you should have stayed on Big Brother.
Jolene will help you out. You guys just work together. Y'all can put a set together. She'll help you out.
Look at Blue with the encouragement. He believes in me. All it takes is one person to believe in you.
See, and now she's a comedian, y'all. Y'all heard it here first.
Yeah, when I tell you, first of all, I want to apologize really quick because there are so many super chats. So if I am missing anybody's currently, just, you know, have a little bit of patience with us because I'm kind of trying to go through all of these. Everybody just wants to ask you so many questions, Tiffany.
Okay, I'll try to answer them quickly.
Right. K9 Steven says, who seemed most affected by how you were received on Twitter when they got out of the house? I feel like DF and Kai had to be shocked because of their ego. A lot of people weren't expecting you to be.
I don't think that the men of the cookout were at all expecting me to be received that way. And I think that had I not been received that way from America, I would be received differently by the men of the cookout. And I said that shit.
Woo! And she said that.
Sound like that. Take that to Twitter.
You can't.
Go ahead.
I mean, they were not treating me this way with this love in the house. And I think that they had planned on leaving out of the house, treating me the same way. But the reception from America was very different than what they expected, even different than what I expected. And so now the love is just a little bit differently, but I'm going to be quiet on that.
Oh, she answered it. Never mind. I can shut up.
There you go. We gotta keep it moving because we've been with her for. I don't want to keep her for all day, but Iman A, thank you for your super chat. Said, if you could go back in time, what would be a piece of advice you would give yourself before entering the game? That's a good question.
I gave it to myself. I told myself to STFU. I knew that the only thing that could get me in trouble was this right here. And it did. And, you know, I just can't help it. So I would probably just control it a little bit more, watch my tone a little bit more, consider how I'm making other people feel. I'm a very good reader of the room. I'm very intuitive. But there were times where I just did not give AF. But, you know, I'd probably just give AF a little more, you know?
Mm-hmm. That is true. Oh wow, there's so many. Another one, K9, are you aware of the fact that X was ready to cut you for Alyssa? Like 100% ready to end DF? And have you confronted them about that?
I've heard about this. I have not seen it. I did think I felt that in the house. I was I kept telling America to send me energy, and y'all was sending it because I was getting vibes all over the place. And that was not something that I didn't feel. I felt that they would cut me. That's why I went for my second HOH, because I knew I was going to be out. That's why I said to Kyland that night, I don't feel comfortable with anybody in this house. And I meant that, except Chada, but I didn't want him to know I felt comfortable with her. I just wanted him to think I didn't feel comfortable with anybody, but I'm not surprised about that. And that's something that they would probably never admit.
This wasn't a super chat, but I laughed at this one. Karen said, my friend said, who's yelling at you? And I'm like, the queen. She's watching the show and she's like, who's yelling at you like that?
My big mouth.
Not the queen.
I'm not yelling. It's just that I can't hear myself, so I talk loud.
Okay. I was told recently, hey, Jessica, we're here to listen to your guests, not to you, which I was like, well, this is my fucking podcast. So why the hell would you be like,
why are you here?
Hello? What?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to make this about myself for a second. My mother was a teacher. Both of my parents were teachers. And so they had that loud carry voice, like their voice carried, like I could always hear them from different rooms. And so I also inherited that. And I think people said it.
My mother is a teacher. Yes, Mama Pat is a teacher. Her mother was a teacher. I was a teacher. I taught pre-K for 4 years. So it is just the projection because we have to command the room. And so it's just, people get intimidated by that. It's not like I told people in the house, I wish I could tone it down. Sorry.
No, I
wonder if
feel
my
you
mom
on
was
that.
a teacher because she taught like that.
Shut up. Yeah, she taught you.
She taught you, so she is a teacher. Michelle, thank you for the super chat. She said, Tippy Toe, sending you all the Michigan love. Do you have any exciting plans cooked up? See what I did there for when you return to the D?
Oh man, yeah, I'm trying to pack up and get out so I can get back to LA.
What is that the plan? You guys fell in love. You all fell in love with LA so much that you planning on all living over there?
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
They thought I was just feeling. I'm a businesswoman. I'm a businessman. I am a business.
So are you still drawing blood? Because you know they say you did phlebotomy.
Well, I have my own phlebotomy business. So my title on the show was phlebotomist because I guess there were maybe too many entrepreneurs. You know, Jess, they only want a couple of people with the same type of occupations. But I'm an entrepreneur. I have my own service. So I actually employ phlebotomists. I am a phlebotomist by trade, but that business is still going. It's still running. And I hope that it'll still run while I'm out here. Because if they try to make me come run it, I'm going to be in trouble. My brain is not back functioning to full capacity. Jess, you know how it is. You got to start. I was so focused on just the house, like learning how to multitask again takes some time.
Yeah,
it takes a good job.
I told everybody, and Bray, you could probably chime in here too. It takes a long time for you to get adjusted to regular civilian life.
Yeah,
fully. You know, just because you spent 80 something days in cooped up with all these people.
Yeah.
Your groceries were done for you. Everything was taken care for you. I feel like it takes 20 something days to get out of a habit or start build a new habit.
Something like that, yeah, for sure. So when you're in that house, you have like no autonomy for yourself. So like when you come out, you like have to do everything for yourself.
Absolutely.
It is a little bit of a learning curve for sure.
Absolutely. So
Let me
I
get in the
totally
house
get
because
it.
y'all not gonna be talking around me with y'all experience. Okay, let me
Get in there,
here.
Blue. Get in there. You better
Let me
put your
apply.
application out.
And I hear you got to do several. Wasn't it you, Tiffany, who was like, I did a lot of applications?
Oh, I
You
submitted.
just not
No,
sure.
I did one, but I just submitted it like from 17 different email addresses.
Write that down.
So you only applied once?
Yes.
Look at that.
Hot
A
girl
one and
shit.
done. That's how the queen does it. Christian with the super chat says, Tiffany, your thoughts on Kyland's explosive blowouts?
Ooh.
I was surprised. I was surprised because, you know, I wanted to make sure that me personally, when I left on a good note. We had done such a great accomplishment. I did not want to tarnish my image when I walked out of the door. I wanted to leave very respectfully. I think that Kyland had that idea to leave that way as well. But I think that him leaving, he didn't have time to process his eviction the way that I did because of how his vote went right after the veto ceremony. And I don't think that he meant it to go the way that it did, but I personally have a better read on Xavier than Kyland, and I would never have approached him with that conversation at that moment. And Xavier is very no nonsense, and I would not have expected him to take that well, period. And so I just think it was the wrong place, wrong time.
I mean, we all say things at the heat of the moment.
Yes, we do. I don't think he meant anything malicious by it. I think that he respects Xavier. I just think that he was unclear about what they had spoken about previously, and had he given any consideration to the conversation that they had, which led up to his eviction. And like I said, it just wasn't the time or the place to have that conversation.
Yeah. Peacemate, thank you for your super chat. Says, Tiff, you need to make a YouTube channel or TikTok or both. I see that y'all are doing TikToks over there. Y'all are
trying
very
to get
active.
into it. I'm trying to get into it.
Very,
I
very
am
active.
on the gram. I'm trying to get on this TikTok thing and YouTube channel. Maybe that's in the making. I don't know what to do on YouTube. I have no idea. Like, people can ask me questions, but if I got to sit up there and talk, I don't know what to talk about. I'm gonna need some help with that. Maybe Jess will help me.
I will help you all. I will help you all you want, boo. You just ask. You just let me know.
Is your servant.
Except that all my Midland, my Midwesterners are trying to fucking leave and go to LA. Like, what's up? Like, Hannah was like, yeah, I'm gonna be there, and then I'm gonna go back to LA, and I was just like, okay, so no Hannah. And now you're telling me you don't want to go to Detroit either? I have friends in Detroit. I could have visited you.
You can still visit, but I don't want to go to Detroit. I'm just trying to see what else is out there in the world, you know?
I totally get it. Miss Kemi is in the chat. I didn't even see.
Hey, Kimmy.
I told her that. Yes,
herself.
she said she was gonna be watching. She absolutely adored you. She adored
I
Hannah.
love Kimmy.
She said, girl, let me know. And that's what the other thing. She was like, let me know when the girls get back to the middle. I will fly to Chicago. We can go and meet up. All of us can just.
Well, we can still do that. We can do that.
She didn't say she's leaving tomorrow.
I'm gonna be driving down from Canada.
The Midwest. I'll be in the Midwest. We can do that.
Yeah, we will definitely have to link that up, because she was loving all of the energy.
I love Kimmy. I felt like Kimmy. I was walking around with my water bottle.
Oh, girl, don't put it in the freezer, girl.
I put it in the freezer. No. And then I was like, who gonna check me, boo?
I'm sure you were looking at everybody like, what you got to say? I'm putting this in.
Right.
I'm putting it in there. I'm putting it in the fridge. You got something to say? I'm putting it in the fridge.
Yes, I love it.
Let's say, hey, K9 Steven again for the super chat. Thank you. She's like, yes, I'm paying again because you are the Titan and the men were fragile.
I was trying to get out the way of them shots. I'm trying to get out the way of them shots.
It broke my heart seeing the women do the work and getting no credit. Thank you for the season. Fan for life. And it's, you know what this is, the hashtag, right?
the
It took me a
hashtag.
long
Not the-
time. It took me a long time, but I know what it means now. I know what it means.
For those who
It's
are not
universal.
very aware of this hashtag, because it took me a second too. But it is hashtag fuck Sarah Beth, and I said that shit.
K9, Stephen, thank you for acknowledging me. I appreciate all the love and all the respect. You get all of my respect for just taking the time to acknowledge me. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I mean, this was a season for the women. I said it, and I'll keep on saying it, that if the cookout didn't exist, although I am very grateful for the cookout, I think the cookout needed to happen. I am so happy that we had such an iconic season. But had that not happened,
I would have kicked Xavier out a long time ago.
Yeah.
Say it again. We couldn't hear you. I'm sorry.
And I said that shit. But I told him that if we did not have the cookout, I would have kicked Xavier out a long time ago. And I said that shit because I knew that he was a threat. He was so playing the game. I'm like, no, they like him too much. Then everyone wanted to take all of their thoughts to Xavier. Well, we got to talk to X. Well, let's see what X think. Who made him the gatekeeper? Why we got to run everything through X? Why y'all ain't running it through me? No, I'm just kidding.
That was you just
Girl,
saying
you know
everything.
why.
You just saying everything that I was saying. I was saying the same. It was a weird situation. The things that you tried to flip, we saw that you're just trying to play the game. There was this not disconnect. It was like almost battle with yourself on like, I'm loyal to these people and I want this to happen, but I also want to play this damn game. And I want to flip this, and I want to do this, and I want to do the other. And I definitely saw, I definitely saw that. Do you regret doing that? Because I think that was one of the things that started painting more of that target on you with the rest of the cookout. Because I mean, although what pissed me off is that you would say, I'm trying to flip this, and X was always kind of like, no, we're not doing that. And it was just like,
because he was the dead.
He was, yes.
Listen, I don't regret. The super fan jumped out of me a few times, and I can't help that. Me and Claire were in the HOH room talking about flipping that vote. Oh, I wanted to do it just for the flip. Like, it was just fun. Like, who does not want some excitement? Yeah, I wanted to flip.
Of course you did. I mean, and I was curious. I was like, could you flip this?
Listen, Jess, yes, I could have. I could have flipped it if I wanted to.
Yeah, it would have. Yeah, and I believe her too.
Fully.
I definitely believe her. Look, I'm going through all of these. I feel so horrible. So many people are having conversations amongst themselves, and then they're also asking these questions, and I just want to make sure
Hi, Jamie B,
that I am putting this out here. Let's see. Y'all have no questions here. There we go. Glenda Star, thank you for the super chat. Queen Tiffany, would you do any other reality shows? If so, which ones? Also, would you do another regular season of Big Brother?
I don't know. That Survivor money looking real good. I might have to put my pride to the side and let these braids do what they do and get out there and get that $1 million.
Amen. Hey.
Yeah. Oh yes, and Lexi B says, "Hey Tiff, I appreciate you for playing the hell out of Big Brother. I'm a huge fan. We'll be sending you a self-care package to your PO box."
Thank you, Lexi. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, and I'll shout you out for that too. Yes. Thank you so much.
Tell us, Queen, how was it meeting Queen, Day, and Bay?
Oh my gosh, these are two women that I have watched play this game. Dayvon she paved the way for me to even be able to walk through the door. Seeing Dayvon on TV, I was like, oh, they're letting like real Black women in. So, and I'm not saying that the women that came before her were not real Black women. They all definitely were. But I think that even just as a Black woman coming into a room, we kind of assess the room and we know how we would be able to work it. And we're not always able to be our full selves And I think that previously, we've had some women who have been expressive and then they get kicked right out. And then, but Davon came in and was like, listen, this is just what it is. I am going to be me. I am authentically me. You can like me. You can love me. You can hate me. It is not going to make or break me. And I loved that. And she is the one who I was like, you know what? I was going to try to not be myself so much because I was like, Tiff, don't now they couldn't handle Davon. Now they might not be able to handle you. You're gonna have to tone it down. But it's just something about being yourself. You can't help it. You're going to show up eventually. But meeting Bailey is so sweet. Bailey is so cool. I love Bailey. I thought she was exactly who I thought she was. Meeting Davon, honestly, talking to her was like looking in the mirror. I never knew that we were so much alike. Like she was saying stuff and I'm like, ooh, is this me? And then just Bailey is just as sweet as I thought she was, just so down to earth, keeping it real. She's just like apple pie. Bailey is just so sweet. Love her.
She's so
it was an honor. She is tall. But see, I am so tiny, so everybody is tall to me. And people think I'm tall. They're like, you're 5'6", you're 5'5". I'm like, I'm 5'3" with shoes on.
Yeah.
No one would have known because you carry yourself like you are at least.
It's that
5'11" energy.
It's the 5'10" energy. It's the 5'10" energy.
I love it. And you also got to meet. Wow, you got to meet so many people. There were a lot of people that came to visit you.
It is. All love. I love it.
Queen Tamar, how was
that? Was dope. She was so cool. She was just she is authentically herself. She was funny. She was cool. She was nice. She was asking us questions about how it is to be on a regular season. We were comparing notes about how it is to do a celebrity BB versus a regular season. She was very entertaining. She was very loving, and I appreciated her taking her time out just to say hi to us. That was really dope too.
I didn't know she met Tay Tay.
Yeah, that was
Barack and Michelle are next.
And you also got to. I'm so jealous. You also got to hang out with Brayden and Rohan. They've been hanging out for the past couple days, huh?
I love them. Listen, I don't know what it is. It's casting's fault. Like casting finds these people, and it doesn't matter where you're from. Like they're looking for some kind of type, and then when you put us together, it's just there's something from. It doesn't matter where we're from, what we are. You put us together, and then there's something similar that bonds us all. I love Brayden and Ro. Like we got a Final Four, me and them in China.
We do.
Do not tell DX and Kyland because they think we got a Final Six. Now we do, but that don't matter if we got a Final Four.
They're going out at 5 and 6.
Kyland is definitely going out at 5 or 6 for me and China. He don't know what it's like to sit in that 5 and 6 seat.
Oh my God. Paul Rice says, if you could play a past Big Brother season, which one would it be? Which one would you have the most fun on? Which one would you do the best on? Which one would you avoid like the plague? That's easy. Season 21. And
for
why
sure.
is it season 15? Oh, maybe that one too. I don't know. Would you rather be on season 15 or season 21? Choose one.
Pick your poison.
Pick your poison. Pick your poison. Okay. Which
That's
one?
Easy.
Is it easy?
I would probably have to take 21 just because 15 might have had my ass in jail. I would take 21. I would take 21 because there's no way in the hell I would leave Mickey in that house. Y'all would have to fight me. He would be on the block. I know. I would have been right with you, Jess. I would have been right with you. I would have been right with you. Yeah.
I tried so hard.
I know. And I would have been working on your side of the house. I know.
I said, yo, if I was on 20, I would have been
not Kemi in the comments.
I would have been the Claire of the season because I would have just gave up my game too. I would have been like, hey, here you go. This is it. Like Tiff knows the way. I'm just gonna
just gonna follow her, girl. Tell her what to do.
Follow her. Just tell me what to do. I purely believe that.
I did. Now, one of my favorite seasons they asked what would I do. I do love the season with Evil Dick. I don't know how we would have done. I would not want to play on a season with Nicole because I would have felt that she would have she would have played her same game and I would have been trying to get her out. And in my efforts to get her out, I probably would have gotten kicked out. But I do have some seasons that I love. I love season 16, but I don't know how far I would have made it. Those guys had a hold of that house. So I'd have tried to work with the guys, but I don't, nobody wants to be Victoria.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did I say
Victoria.
that? Are we censored?
Out loud.
No.
We alive, girl.
Are we gonna go back and edit this?
We're live and I ain't got no time because I'm gonna party after this. So so I don't have time to edit anything. No, Christian says another super chat from yours truly just to crown you, Tiffany, as Queen of Legends. Danielle Reyes, Davon Bailey, and Kemi too. We're getting all
Thank you, Christian.
We're getting all of these. And you know what? There's someone also who said that I missed a super chat of theirs. So I apologize. I thought it had something to do. I can never go back. It's one of those things where I just can't even I can't even. You know my heart. Thank you all for the people who have done the super chats and all of the super stickers. Thank you so much. What was the most shocking thing for you, Tiffany, coming out of that house? What was the most shocking?
Oh, the most shocking was America's Favorite Player. Honestly, you don't know how you're being received in the house. You have no idea. Coming out of the house, even though I knew I was America's Favorite Player, I was doing the interviews after the finale, and people were saying like, "You're going to be surprised at this overwhelming love that the social media has shown to you." I am still surprised at the overwhelming love. It's just. Who doesn't want to be loved? I love love. I love loving on people. I try to give love. I don't care how hard y'all think I am or how strong y'all think I am or my tone. I am a very loving person. I love love. When my son gets here, I'm going to do some things with him. And once you see him, you'll know that this is really a loved kid. Like from me, that's my son. I am a loving individual. So to get it back, I'm just like, thank you. Because, listen, these men have not loved me right. So America loving on me is all I ever needed. So thank you, America.
Well, you did something for us. I think you did something for us. I remember we talked right after finale night. And I remember I was crying to you, girl, because I was like, you don't understand. You wasn't my favorite all the time, but to see you change,
and I will
change what it looked like, and being able to see myself, and then just like the strong men and women, and like y'all just did it, and you changed the mindset of so many Americans, Black Americans specifically, and like y'all deserve the love, whether we liked all of y'all or not. Y'all deserve the love because y'all gave us something to look forward to.
We all do.
I saw myself in the cookout. I saw it. So when I was arguing, it was from the cookout perspective. Because now I can be a part of it.
Thank you. Yes, you are. Everybody.
Oh, not Kemi with this. I'm gonna blast you, girl. I'm totally gonna post it.
I mean, Howard was.
She said, "Nah, Fitz, he had Howard."
Now listen, I did like Howie. I liked Howie. I did.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. She said, "Now we had David."
You met David.
I did meet David. I met David. I did. David. I met him.
We sure did. Amen. Amen. I love the answer.
Said, that is a thing that happened. I did meet that.
Those are the facts.
Those are facts.
That's fact.
I met David. Yes.
I met him.
That's a complete sentence.
And you said that shit. Jordan again with the super chat. Thank you, Tiff. I'm still waiting for my follow back on Twitter. Love you.
I ran out of gas. How do we know these things?
Help him.
Let me find out.
Oh no.
Kai
needs to get this gas going and get back because we had to interview him later on. What do you think we can expect from Kyland's interview?
A lot of talking.
Long paragraph.
I'm excited.
Listen,
so excited. I'm like,
He's so cute to me. He looks like a little koala bear.
I have to say, I do Kyland Kyland probably thinks I do him so bad. I love Kyland too, Jeff. I am so hard on him just because that's how I am with people that I care about. I crack jokes on him. I make him feel the fire. I do. But I have nothing but wonderful things to say about him. I don't feel that he treated me badly in the house or that he mistreated me. And you know, coming out, I did expect us to still be friends, and I'm glad that we still are. I was never going to not be his friends based on how we played the game. But if y'all see me giving him a hard time, it's just because that's just how I do people that I love. So yeah, I give him a hard time.
Yeah, and I love it. I love it, girl. You be I love watching all your retweets and everything because you are so unapologetic, so my messy queen. You will just repost absolutely any opinion.
Not this comment saying Kai could have had $700,000 for gas if he didn't vote off Tiffany, but.
Okay. I might have went and got him if he ain't vote me off. I'll be like, yes, I gotta go. You know, Kai need me.
But thank you, Peacemaker. Said Kai could have had $700,000 for gas, so he didn't vote off Tiff. Is he next to you right there? Because you look like you're looking over there to the side.
Trying to get in on this. He's like, it's time for my interview, but
it is not. The next interview we have is DX.
Oh yes, you better put us in order from greatest to no.
I will say though,
I am only joking. You know, Kai takes this kind of stuff seriously. So as long as America knows that I am only joking about these things, but seeing as though he kicked out two of the finest of the Cookouts members, he should go at the very, 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 very last since I went first.
You know, I had to say I needed some of this queen energy before I got him on and talked to him. You know, I needed that because had he been the first person, then I would have been.
Girl, you wouldn't have had no time for us. You'd been fully drained. Guys, one-on-one. That's exactly what you about to get. You about to ask one question, Jess. So I don't miss the question you always
no.
I'm sorry. Y'all please tell Kai I'm sorry because he is not going to forgive me for these comments. But you got one question, Jess. You got one question.
Yes, I have one question. I'll make sure I make it a good one. Selena for life with the super chat. Thank you, boo. Queen Tiff, fellow Detroit native here in Vegas. What up, though? So proud of the way you represented our hometown with that Detroit style and grace. You are an absolute queen, sis. P.S. My family still lives in the hole.
Selena, I love you. Thank you for loving me. Much love from Detroit. You know, I always said they cannot run game on a player. I got my game from Detroit, my mama and my daddy. So, you know, I don't know. It's something about the D. We just never gonna fail. You can put us in any situation, we're gonna rise. So I never had a doubt in my mind that anybody from any other city was gonna walk into that house and play me. It was Detroit. It's Detroit in me, baby. I can't help it.
Absolutely. I swear. Okay, how am I gonna tell my family and just ditch them to head
your family, girl? I just bought tickets. Go ahead.
Everybody needs to come to Vegas. Everybody needs to come to Vegas.
I told Brandon I was coming anyway, so just head over there.
Kat's gonna be coming in to Vegas. Kat Dunn, she's gonna be over there. We're gonna be with James Ryan.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing a lot of partying in Vegas. So everybody's invited. If y'all want to take the trip out there, I don't know what it's looking like for y'all, but
okay, we might have to figure something out, Jess.
But I mean, party. You guys didn't have a Vegas. You guys didn't have a Vegas party.
We did not.
You guys cannot leave. At least do. It's only a 3.5-4 hour trip. or maybe just a hop and a skip away on a plane. I think it's like
I'm trying to hop on that plane, maybe.
40.
Then.
It's like a
Period.
40. It's a 40-minute, maybe.
I
not even,
might
think
I
it's
might
like a
have to
30
fly
minute.
in the morning and fly out in the morning. You know, that's how we do things over here.
You know.
I owe me
Show off.
I owe me 700,000. So you know, as long as I got
true.
money coming
Girl,
through,
make him pay for that. Make him pay
I'm
for
gonna make him.
that.
I'll make him
hurt.
pay. I'll make him pay.
He's so good. Oh, look at that. Jordan said he's in Vegas. Oh, sorry. Jordan says he's in Vegas. I'm mad they didn't have a party here. Yeah, we all kind of mad too. Y'all.
Jordan, send me a DM on Twitter or at me so I can follow you back. I'm going to try to follow as many of my fans back today as I can on Twitter. So find me on Twitter and try to add me, and I will try to follow you back.
Yeah. Wow. And just like that. Oh, Tay the Bay says, "Love you, Tiff." That's it.
My boyfriend
That's
been giving out money during these lives.
Yeah.
So if it's Tavon's money,
Save the
that's
point.
Busy's money. What? Is it Busy's money? No, it's Tavon's money.
It is.
Not
Hey,
Busy's money.
what's
Whose
up?
money?
Not the light bill going out since this
I say, love you
Yes.
too. I love you back.
Yes, this is all the love here. Everybody, thank you for the super chats, the super stickers. Adriana, we see you for the 99 super sticker. Wow, this was a lot. I'm the one who connected you to Dan.
Thank you, Heather. That really made my day, Heather. Thank you for making that. Because I was like, you mean to tell me Dan ain't said nothing?
Yeah.
He said, after all that, I get nothing.
After all that, Dan ain't said shit. Okay.
I know, sometimes the Big Brother fandom is that to be loved and hated at the same time. It's just like some of them can be really crazy.
I only started a Twitter for BB like years ago. I only started a Twitter for Big Brother because I am that huge of a fan. Twitter lets me know everything is going on. I jump on Twitter and see if I'm the only one thinking this. Okay, no, everybody's thinking this. Cool. I'm right.
It's, but at the same time, they're just some of the best fans in the entire world. They connect you to shit. They stick up for you. They
have me cracking up. They like, girl, when you gonna get rid of them braids? When I feel like it.
Oh, see, I was gonna ask the question, but I was like,
when I feel like
me in the chat.
When
so
I feel, I ain't on TV no more. I could care less than a F about these braids. Do you understand me? When I feel like it, don't worry about it. It ain't bothering me. They need to worry about their own hair.
Ooh, girl.
I do need a haircut, so
okay, take that hat off. Let me see.
Hey, there you go.
I'm trying to see his kitchen right now.
Your own people, they be like, when you gonna do your hair? I'm like, when you gonna do your toes? Hi, Giselle.
You carry the cookout. I love you. I love the way you and Hannah talk. I mean, DX has been so funny. I didn't even realize how funny
he is. Hilarious. That's why I was sad to see him go. I'm like, this is my friend. Are you kidding? All we do is laugh. Laughter is like, that's like your fountain of youth.
Yes, and it's what keeps you sane in a house like that. But you know what? I say that if you didn't, I said this out loud when it happened, if you weren't gonna win the 750,000, I said that jury was gonna be like, I at least wanted you to experience jury because jury is something I feel like I love so great.
Jury was great. I needed jury. I really felt bad for Kai because he went out at 4 and he did not make it to jury. And I was like, oh, that sucks. I never want to go out at 4. You could send me out at 6 if I gotta wait till 4.
Exactly, because then you don't get to experience any of that. You don't get to talk. You don't get to do all of that.
Yes, it was so needed. The connection was so real. Like me and SB probably would not even have the relationship we have if it wasn't for jury. Like we really just bonded. We shared some girl talk. I was like, "Oh, you cool? Okay,
yeah."
SB.
You do the connections. Are things good with you and SB?
Yes. I mean, they were good, and they were always good from me. But I don't think that she thought that they were good. But once we had a sit down, and I just had to be honest with her. Like your connection with Kai was too much for me. I had to get you out of there. you know, I couldn't control your HOHs. I couldn't influence you. That was just it. But yeah, we talked about it. Nothing personal. But yeah,
we had a conversation with her on if people didn't see our conversations with the other jury members, SB was one of them, and we were talking about she was talking about how she was hurt that people didn't think Shelly was real. Like,
yeah, that hurt.
I mean,
okay, Blue, turn it on. But when you're in that, listen, when you are in there, and you guys know this, when you figure out that someone is hiding something, you think they're lying about everything. It is nothing personal. If you lie about one thing, or if you're concealing one thing, then we just think you're concealing everything. We don't trust anything, and we will try to comb through these conspiracy theories to try to figure out what is real about you and what is not. And so the connection and the closeness between her and Kai was just like enough for me to be like, I don't know if she got somebody, because it looked like she got somebody else. But that's just how I talk. That's just how I kick it. Those are my own thoughts. That doesn't have to be the way it is for her. So I really did apologize to her for not feeling like Shelly was real. But that doesn't mean that I was trying to be disrespectful. I just was trying to come up with, who the heck are you? Because you're so quiet and I couldn't figure it out, you know? So I don't know. Sorry, my bad. Oops.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. You're right. I mean, they
DX,
lie about everybody else.
DX.
Yes,
Christian. DX.
DX. We're talking about Christian, but yeah, everybody else lied. Like,
yeah,
X lied about his profession. You know, I mean, Sarah Beth lied about her profession as well.
I was combing through X too, trying to figure out what was. I didn't think he was 27. I didn't know what he had going. I thought this was a married man with 2 kids. I had no idea what was going on. No, I knew he wasn't married, because he would never be married and cuddle and you know, have the conversations or interact the way he did on the show. But I'm just saying, we came up with a lot of conspiracy theories about people just trying to figure out who they were. And it was never meant to be disrespectful or to hurt anybody's feelings intentionally or to ruin anyone's relationships outside of the house.
Yeah. And that makes so much sense. Yeah, you leave the game. The game is left behind in the house. I saw that you saw some of Braden's season. Did you?
I've been watching some of his season. Yes, I'm trying to finish. I got to figure out how to stream Canada.
Oh, girl. Well, we got you.
Okay.
I could give you a link for that.
Okay,
good. I could give you a link for that, because that's one of my favorite Canada seasons for sure.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. It's already been an hour and 25 minutes, girl. That's why we checked you. That's why we made you first, and I gave you 12.
I pulled a Kyland. I am so sorry.
No, thank God you put this time in between, because I was like, we're gonna need this time.
I did. You know, thank you so much for this, like, in depth. You are welcome.
Thank you, Tiffany.
Yes, you are welcome on our show any time.
Are you gonna
be watching your season fully?
I am going to watch it fully, because I want to see what America saw. Absolutely.
Are you going to be watching future seasons?
Oh, future seasons like BB24?
Yeah.
Oh, I will always watch BB. That's my show, of course.
Okay, good. You know, some people with the experience, I mean, you've had probably a great experience, but you know, with some people after the show and things that they just deal with, they just kind of drop off.
Okay,
you know,
I understand
that's why
that.
I asked. I say, you know, for some people it makes them an even bigger fan. For other people, they're like, I never want to deal with Big Brother ever again. It's something.
I guess my experience is different. I did have a very good experience. And even what wasn't good, I've told you guys, I'm a person who takes the positives out of it. So I'm gonna find a positive in the negative. Of course, I'm going to watch it, and I want to see what's next, because I got to see who come up with this master plan. And I got to see what kind of diversity CBS plan on bringing back. Because if they bring in 6 more, I am just gonna be like, oh, CBS don't even care.
Well, you know, wait. Who said it? Karen, thank you for the last minute super chat, Karen. She's on it. Got on the treadmill while listening to the Queen, and I regret that now.
Aww.
The laughter was the workout.
That's it, girl. We just did 600 crunches over here.
It's the laughing that gives you the 6-pack.
Yeah, we just did 600 crunches. That's how my stomach stayed It's all right. You know, it's all right.
I love it. I love it. No, you are welcome on the show anytime. We're
you.
also going to
Thank
be recapping the next Big Brother season that we're recapping is Celebrity Big Brother. So we would love to have you back to just recap a show with us, kiki a little bit, have a drink,
Oh,
They be
now
tired of seeing me. Come ahead. You can take my spot, Tiffany. They be tired of me.
I'm not gonna take your spot, Blue. I'm trying to sit with you. See, that's how I am. I'll never try to take nobody's spot. I want to come sit with you. We can all get this.
Exactly. What I think people do not understand, if it's your first time watching this show, if you're just watching for Tiffany and you have become a subscriber, make sure you click like, subscribe, and click to receive those notifications. We're going to have different links up for DX and Kyland in a moment. But what you fail to realize is that the show is called Girl, Let's Agree to Disagree. I am not picking these people because they agree with me. That shit would be boring. I don't want people to fucking agree with me. I want to know that someone does not. So then that way we can just yell at each other while you yell in the chat. That's the fun part. I'm not trying this to be this. This is not Rob Has a Podcast. You want to watch Rob Has a Podcast? Go watch Rob Has a Podcast.
Now we don't. Took Tiffany out.
I watch Rob Has. No. I watch Rob Has a Podcast so that I can understand what's going on, on a minute by minute. This show is not that. This show is not that. So if you're subscribing to us, know this is what you're going to get. Sometimes you're going to agree with somebody. Maybe you're not going to agree with the other person. Respectfully, we agree to disagree and we keep it moving, and it's all love. And that's what we should be teaching each other more of, is understanding. And even if we don't agree, say, I agree to disagree, and we just keep it moving, So I thank you, Tiffany, for being a part of this.
Thank you for having me. I love it. And thank you to anyone who watched, supported, loved, liked, and sent me love. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for voting for me. I love my fans. I really do try to show you guys I love you by interacting with you. Even the funny stuff, the little mean stuff y'all be saying about me, I find that shit funny because I would say the same thing if I was you. I know they talked about me and Kai dressing alike yesterday. Listen, don't worry about it. We be having fun, but it's okay. Y'all want to find me a stylist? Find me a stylist.
Oh, and by the way, the whole "We Are Not Rob Has a Podcast" is no diss to them. I'm not even trying to be on Rob Has a Podcast level. I ain't got time for that shit. Okay, that's not what I'm about. And I watch it respectfully, and I do say watch the deep dive, because I did watch the Rob Has a Podcast deep dive of Tiffany's game. 4 hours, brilliant queen. Absolutely, I saw that. I saw your recent interview with him.
Oh,
watch. The way y'all are gonna live and learn is by watching all these different podcasts. We don't have to be the only one. Go on Busy's, watch his. If you don't like him, just keep your mouth shut, listen to him, or turn it off. I don't care.
But you will. Go ahead. Y'all just come on over.
Not the self plug.
I was just saying, come on over. You will enjoy it.
He said, no, you'll like me. Don't worry.
Yes, but we love you all. We love you all. We appreciate you all. Thank you so much for being a part of this 1 hour and 30-minute episode. I mean, it's not 4. It's at least it's not 4 hours, but she says, I love you. Sharon says, you remind me of my parents saying we have to leave and then
talking
that hour at the door.
Yes, girl, okay, I'll see you later. But did I tell you about them shoes I got over there? I saw what's the name the other day.
We dressed up with our coats and shoes on, ready to go outside. Here you are still talking.
Hot, sweating, like, can I take my coat off? No, I told you we was about to leave.
No, we about to leave.
I also said it's my birthday. I say what I want, and Jessica said that shit because it's my birthday.
Amen. Yes.
It's my birthday. So no, but you're right. I do have that. I'm always talking. I say I'm about to leave and I'm talking for a whole hour. I don't know how to wrap that shit up. I got Chappelle going wrap that shit up, B. Wrap that shit up. Right. I don't know how. So I'm sorry because I love you all. Thank you so much for the love.
Plug your Hearts of Reality.
Yes. Are you going to be a Hearts of Reality girl?
I keep hearing about this. So yes, I'm probably going to do that. Yes, I keep hearing about it.
Yes, for all of those who, there is a link in the descriptors. Please donate Hearts of Reality. It's for kids. for Give Kids the World a foundation. It's for kids, y'all. We are gonna have so many different Big Brother, Survivor, what other reality shows too. I believe that there's
Okay, that ought to
Amazing
be
Race.
that's nice.
There's
Yeah.
gonna be so many of us at this event on in December, and we're raising money for children. So please
Okay.
donate to that. And with that being said, we will see you all next time. We love you very much. And again, if you haven't liked it, like it now. We love you all so much. Bye.
Peace.
Bye,
Stay
guys.
with us, Tiffany. Stay with us for just 1 minute
Okay.
so we could say bye.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
bye.